Hello everybody, I'm Shana Martin, Senior Course Instructor with TRX, and today I'm going to talk about a topic that is very near and dear to my heart: exercising with neurological brain disorders. Today we're at the Huntington's Disease National Convention in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I have three of my very dear friends here to demonstrate some exercises. When I was 5 years old, my mother was diagnosed with a devastating neurological brain disorder, Huntington's disease, which has kept her in a nursing home for the last 17 years. I personally am also living at risk for having this disease that may possibly one day take my ability to walk, balance, talk, chew and swallow, and even care for myself. The exercises that we're doing today are not just for people with Huntington's disease. They're also useful for anybody with any sort of cognitive impairment, such as people with Parkinson's, ALS, and MS, or any other neurological brain disorder. Not surprisingly, research has shown that regular exercise does help maintain people with Huntington's ability to walk, stay mobile, stay functional, and believe it or not, even stay more cognitive. Now today we're not doing exercises to build a better butt, although quite a few of these guys have very, very nice butts, I will admit that. We are doing exercises so that they can keep moving further for longer and stay mobile and stay functional on their own. Today we have three wonderful volunteers, three of my very personal heroes. We have Miss Karen, we have Paul, and we have Brenda. All three of them have sadly been diagnosed with Huntington's disease and are slightly symptomatic in the very, very early stages of Huntington's disease. And they were all brave enough to demonstrate exercises for us today. First thing we're going to talk about is balance. And balance is a key feature of Huntington's disease, one of the first things that people start losing their ability to maintain. For a lot of clients, it's easy to just say, go ahead and stand on one foot. But for somebody with Huntington's disease, that might not be safe, or even if it is safe, they may not be very confident in doing such. So I've got our three volunteers to show us different levels of balancing with the TRX. First of all, we have Brenda, who's just going to show us how she can stand on one foot and use the TRX to help her balance and make her feel safe and confident. Next we have Paul. He's also going to do the same thing, and he might throw some leg swings in there as well. But first we want to make sure he can handle the regular single foot balance and use the TRX for stability. Finally, Karen is going to master her one foot balance, and she is super fit, is going to do little hops and holds. Little hops and holds. So that demonstrates how the TRX can help with balance safely. Now we're going to move into a little bit of leg strengthening with squatting. Now, like I said before, most people squat to have a nice butt, and although I know Karen has an amazing butt, we are making these guys squat to maintain mobility and balance with that leg strength for years to come, so that they continue walking for a long time. Our first level of squatting, we're going to have Brenda demonstrate. She's going to use the TRX the entire time. She's going to lean back against it, engage her arms in the TRX, and bend the knees and help pull herself up. But she's fully supported the entire time. Our next version with Paul, he's going to have a little bit of slack to start and only use the TRX when he needs to for a squat. So Paul, go ahead and squat, and then use it on the way back up. Put some more weight back in your heels, stick your bum back, and chest up. So he uses it a little bit on the bottom when he needs it for balance. Now finally we have Karen. She's going to combine what we just learned with that single leg balance with a little bit of squatting as well. So I'm going to have Karen, let's stick that leg out in front. She is doing the TRX single leg squat, which is actually quite a bit of an advanced move, but you can tell how she's still using the TRX for some balance. And by doing these exercises, these folks will have much stronger legs and they'll keep walking for a long, long time, which is exactly what we want. Our final exercise that we're demonstrating is going to focus on core stability. Of course, everybody needs to have a nice, strong, and stable core. But again, people with trouble communicating with the rest of their body needs to have a very strong core so that they can send those messages to all different parts of their body. We're just going to do a standing TRX plank in several different variations to show how they're going to do this. And we're using the TRX philosophy that when your center of gravity moves outside of your base of support, your core has to engage to keep from falling down. But we'll make sure these guys don't fall down. Our first version with Brenda, we're going to have her walk forward like Frankenstein, arms straight out in front. Now Brenda, lean on your hands. I'm just going to have you step back with one foot and lean onto your hands. So Her arms are straight and her stomach is engaged, but she's got this nice offset foot position to help her balance and stay controlled with the TRX. Can you hold that? All right. And Paul's going to be next. He's also going to walk forward like Frankenstein, but feet are nice and wide. He's got a wider stance for stability, and he too has walked back to a vector that he's comfortable with, and is going to hold those hands straight out in front and squeeze the stomach and work on that core strength. Finally, Karen is going to do the same thing with her feet together and walk back and hold it tight. Now I'm going to have her alternate 1 foot lifting at a time, back and forth, and alternating foot to foot. So her core strength is moving around quite a bit more. And now they all have strong cores. Now, of course, before doing any of these exercises, I'd like your client to check with their neurologist or their doctor to make sure that they're okay and that they have proper supervision while they're doing the exercises. But hopefully today you learned a little bit about how the TRX can make exercising with neurological issues a lot better, more fun, and safer.